I would love to have a presentation that is as funny, as engaging as Johan, or half of it. But instead, I'm going to talk about platform as a product, which, again, is not as funny, as engaging like yours. Seems to be a common theme with ITQ people.
Show yourself.
All right. How many people here call themselves platform engineers?
Yes.
Hold the hand up. Hold it up. Don't be ashamed. It's not a triple A. How many of you are under a platform product owner? The one behind. Is the one behind. Is the one behind. All right. So most likely the only one successful at platform engineering is that guy. My name is William Rizzo. I'm a lead architect consultant here at SUSE. I'm also CNCF ambassador together with that guy that is ignoring us. I'm an active contributor in the Tag App Delivery Working Group platform, which I hope some of you will join. That QR code will bring you to a malware which will infect your laptop, your phone with my LinkedIn profile. So at SUSE, just quick pitch. At SUSE, we do build a full stack, or more or less a full stack of projects and products that are very much sitting in the platform engineering tooling. What you see there in the left is whatever we offer an SLA on. What you see there on the right is all our product and technology partners. Take your pictures. Now, when it comes to platform engineering, I just show you a picture of tooling. But what is platform engineering? It's not a set of toolings. It's not a bag of tools. It's not the relationships among the people that build those tools. It's both. It's a socio-technical, what I like to say is that it's a socio-technical exercise. What every vendor will say, they're never going to get anywhere near that statement, with good reason. Because they need to sell you the tools of platform engineering. Now, when we build platforms, we are forming a social contract with the users of that platform and the builders of that platform. That is very important. Now, so what is a platform itself? It's just a bunch of capabilities tied together with a bunch of APIs, tied together by in golden paths. How many of us do not know what a golden path is? You do not know? You also guys do not know? Good. Keep it that way. So, a golden path is the set of contracts, API contracts, and tools that satisfy those contracts, and promises, as in the promise theory, that lead from a state to the desired state. From your request to satisfying that request. That's a golden path. Documentation. Wherever you see platform engineering, you're going to always see in the components and features, you're always going to see documentation as being part of it. Does anybody care to say why? Easy.
You have documentation in your platform.
Wrong.
Start.
Next. You don't answer. Anybody else? Why do we put documentations in the components and features of platform engineering?
Because you own the platform and you care about the customers.
Sorry?
Because you own the platform and you care about your clients' customers.
And NASA saved the Voyager thanks to documentation written many years ago.
All right, answer. Why? Why do we put documentations?
Because we want the platform to be usable by our developers and easy to onboard.
No, that's how we use it. No, that's onboarding. So documentation is one of the components of the platform. That's the answer. This presentation goes about how to treat your platform as a product. If I'm delivering a product to my end users, I have to deliver the manual of how to use it. That manual is as the very main function of is equal to the very main function of the product itself. So all capabilities need to be sustained into a roadmap of the product. And documentation is one of those components, of those features in the roadmap. So it's not to make somebody's life easier, that's the goal, but it's documented in the components and features as one of the components of the platform itself. So why do we need the platforms? Why do we need platforms? There's somebody that says it very nicely and is not there. Well, that was the Mandalorian. There was a picture of the Mandalorian, and then he was saying, "This is the way." So, but anyway, I told you I can't make it funny. All right, why do we need platform? We need platform to accelerate the development of and more broadly the delivery of business values. We need to reduce the cognitive load of our users. I've been in a conference, and somebody was delivering this talk about platform engineering, and it was obviously not about platform engineering. In my opinion, he didn't have much understanding of what he was talking about, and he reduced the cognitive load as much as possible in his conversation. When we're talking about, when Johan was presenting, he went through a curve of learning. He went through documentations and website and links, understand what is an LLM, what is that, what is not that, do I need driver, do I need container runtime? All of this increases your cognitive load, and you learn, and it's good. But in the process, you must understand fundamental concepts which you are not going to need to build the end platform, whatever you were going to build in the first place. So that's what we say, what we call cognitive load, but in other setting, we say going down the rabbit hole, right? That's what it is. So platforms have to reduce that. You should not have rabbit holes. You should have little ponds where you sometimes fall into. Reliability and resiliency. Our platform should embed a reliable service and a reliable golden paths which bring to reliable goals delivered. And resiliency, of course, should be always embedded there. Last two, it's marketing. So ultimately, what we want our platform to do is to reduce the distance that we have from the business vision to the business value. Perfect. Now, what are the attributes of a platform? As I said before, so just one thing that I didn't say out loud. This is the last time that I'm presenting this presentation. I was just speaking with Johan. This is the last time that I'm presenting this presentation as it is. Because it's a very abstract concept, and halfway through, I lose normally half of the people, and this is very optimistic. So what I want to do is to build a demo of a platform and build it together with the people that are watching, regardless of who they are. So we go through this together, but it's important to understand when we talk about a product, that we are building something that my company will address as it is an outbound product. If my company is building shoes, that's my business, that's our business, that platform should be treated by the organization as an outbound product, which is the shoes. So we need to listen to our users, we have to have product owners for our product, and we need to have a roadmap. So Now, going back, what are the attributes of my platform? My platform has a social aspect and a technical aspect. The social aspect are the things that are going to be determining if your platform is going to be used. Remember, the first 10 minutes, somebody said that, the first 10 minutes of anybody using the product is going to determine if your product is going to be successful or not. So, the user experience is the first thing that we should measure, always. So how do we do this? When we build our platform, as I said before, we build it backwards. We have to build it backwards. Now, pause. I hate the term shift left. I think it's bullshit. I think shift left means throw over the fence. So when it's referred to security, shift left security, we at development side, shift left security, at build side, at deployment side, whatever that means, it's wrong. You do not throw over to who are the developers here? You do not give to these people the responsibility to commit to commit, comply, and deliver on regulations and security constraints that the organization must build. You do not give it to them. It's everybody's responsibility. So what do I mean when I say walk backwards and build forward? When we build a platform, we said we build it with the users in mind. We build what the users need. So we listen to our user. We build a golden path in reverse. So I listen to my developer says, I need to be able to provision database as a service, these type of unstructured and structured databases, SQL, NoSQL, and I need to be able to decorate it with these services. All right, fantastic. So I'm gonna build this type of path for you so that you will log in on a portal, and when you request when you request your service, it will be built for you through the golden path. But when it gets built, I'm not going to ask you to make sure that in your container image you have specified all the constraints that are required and the policies that are required. What I'm going to do in the golden path, I'm going to start decorating whatever I have to put together, whatever I need, the security compliance, scanning, auditing, all those nice things. I'm going to put it in whatever build you're doing, and at deployment time, you get what is deployed, and you forget about it. You just need to develop your business logic. That's a product. That's a service. And of course, that means that we don't have platform engineering teams that can build platforms that are for all the use cases. We're gonna cover, 30% of the use cases. Fantastic. Build that platform, cover 30% of the use cases. Now, there is a 70% left. What can we address with another platform? 50%? Fantastic. Now we are 80%. Now there is a 20% that we have no clue what to build on. Just don't look at it. Just pretend it doesn't exist. All right? So that's how you build. You help business. My customer is Dajit in this case. I'm building for him. He's satisfied. I move on. Now I have to find somebody else, another customer. And I'm not building an adoption. I'm not doing DevRel in my own organization. Okay? Because he is my advocate. He is my champion. He's the one that is happy using my platform. So I don't need somebody that goes around looking for people using the platform. I need to satisfy one person and then the next person. So we adopt a product. How do you adopt a product mindset? Business does not care about what tool do you use, right? No. If you want to use Flux, use Flux. Use Argo CD, hopefully you're going to use Fleet. So business care about business requirements. Business requirements are, I need to make this in this amount of time, we can achieve this with this. What can you do? All right, well, I can put this in the roadmap and I can get you. So let me give you a better example. A product owner is addressed by a business and is given a timeline. A timeline which is, okay, to produce this shoe, it's taking us 10 days. Now, because I have seen some things that we can improve, I can get that shoe to my customer, at the hands of my customer, in 3 days. Well, business makes things and says, this is what I understand. Okay, do it. Okay, now I go back, and I'm the product owner. I'm the guy that worked with that guy. I go back, and I go back to my team, platform engineer team, and I say, okay, guys, we got the green light. We can build our product, our platform. We need to improve this time from 10 to 3, and now we work towards it. We work with the developers. We say, developers, what is it that is slowing you down? And we build the outcome. Then we build a feature based on functional requirements. There is no such a thing as a non-functional requirement, even though we always see in the high-level designs. They're all functional requirements in platform engineering. Okay? When we build those features against those functional requirements, do we need persistency? Do we need all workloads to be persistent? Our platform needs to be designed that way. We don't need anymore a platform that is only for stateless. So we have to agree on a platform roadmap. You agree following the first 2 points. You have a roadmap. You say, quarter X, I will come out with these capabilities and these features to address these PRDs, these requirements. Beautiful. You move forward like a product. Everybody knows what needs to happen. You move forward. Then please do not use agile development. Please. It's wrong. So establish and nurture a continuous feedback culture. Dajit, how are you feeling? How was the service that I released for you? Is it good? You don't like it? You hate it? All right, what do you hate? You know, just move forward, move forward. When it's good, look for bad. Attach golden paths to business outcomes. That's very neat. What I think is, personally, now you know what a golden path is, more or less. Imagine if you could attach a price tag to a golden path. Business has come with a requirement. I understand how I can satisfy that requirement with a technological assessment and tooling. Now, what if I could say, activated that golden path will require this investment every time and will return this, and will have this ROI each time. Because Dajit started that golden path, now we are spending this amount of money, this passive investment. And we are getting this active investment because of that. It's a bit complex, but it can be done. Treat it as an outbound product, all those things, release and versioning. Just treat it as a product, so it has a release, it has a number, it's a 1.0, 1.1, 2.1, and make your assessment. I already spoke about decorating and everything. The only 2 things that I want to discuss about this slide are treat everything as a data and build it like a multiplayer game. Who has never played a video game? All right, you should have left this room if you never did. All right, so when you build something, now, Dajit, I have it with you today. So, Dajit needs the database. I built everything. I built my API to satisfy that request. And he's happy. Everybody's happy. The problem is that Johan needs to build also something and also needs a database. And everything is just like the sheet, but it's just the database that is different. So I can't actually use that golden path. I need to build one specifically for his use case. I can satisfy it. Am I using well the resources? Not a bit, because remember, keep it dry. Anybody knows keep it dry? Don't repeat yourself. Well, don't repeat yourself. I think functional programming teaches that that's good. So anyway, but with golden path, don't repeat yourself as a specific meaning. Do not create a new golden path with just that component different, but building like a multiplayer game. What it means is build a shim or a gateway or some form of selector that will say, in this condition, the database is X. In this other condition, the database is Y. What happens with multiplayer games, with video gaming or game development, there is a concept. If you are developing a single player game or a game for one person to play, it will be extremely difficult to add the capability to add a second player. But if you are building in first place a game for multiple players, for 2 players, it will be very easy to add the third, the fourth, the fifth. It will be very easy. Even if your game is always meant to be played by one person, you open yourself the road just in case. So you build your paths in the same way, golden paths, so that there is always the possibility to, through the shim, through use of different API than another one. You don't agree, Luca? Why?
I don't agree on. I'm mostly a developer, so maybe that's why I'm optimistic. Don't do premature optimization. Just do it when it's needed.
No, absolutely.
I do agree on your solution for the multiplayer game. It's good.
Yeah.
And maybe it's different for golden path platforms, but as software engineer, I'd like.
No, absolutely. It's not absolutely. I agree with you. Do not optimize ahead. But this is not optimization.
This is extensibility. You are enabling
Scalability also.
Extensible
Yeah.
on day one.
But it's a good point. It's don't optimize before you ever. Absolutely agree. But you also know that you can't optimize something that you've not. Yeah, you know, in the scale. All right. So, and the next one is treat everything as data. I had the concept of data mover, which absolutely didn't work with anybody. So everything as data. Treat your services, whatever you're building, as data. I'm building a service, that service is data. So if I have data, I know that there is something that has to chew that data in every step of the golden path. Okay? It's just think about it. If I'm treating everything as data, data has dimensions. Right? So I can even think about attach observability patterns to that data so that I can create simulations and understand how my platform will behave at scale when I need it. So you can start playing around. We should always play around. As thin as you can. Build the minimum viable platform that you need. Dajit came, Johan came to me, they asked me for that thing, I delivered that thing, not one thing more. And while they're working, I optimize what I see optimization needed. Make sure that they have everything. Make sure that they have they comply to the regulations, they comply to whatever rules they have to comply, that security is happy, that audit is happy, that everybody's happy. But it has to be as small as possible. Why? Because you're going to fall into innovation-driven paralysis. Does anybody know what that is?
Some kind of innovation drift?
Is the lack of thereof. So the problem that we have is, so once I was working with a customer, am I running out? No. Once I was working with a customer, and when they called us in, they were doing a Kubernetes implementation, and it was Kubernetes and all the tooling on top of it, of course. They were not in productions, and it was 12 months after that they were not in production, and they called us in and said, can you help us out? 12 months. 12 months. That investment is for 12 months. I see no coming back. And it's a lot of, you have to think also, not the licensing or the support or the hardware. You also have to think time of people. People that work on this stuff is not cheap. So you need to understand what is good. And Bas always says, good is good enough. And I hate it. I hate it. I'm a perfectionist. I hate it. But it's true. Good is good enough. Get it out of the door. Optimize later. Verify scale. Observe, improve, move on. This is the functional representation. Yes? You have to go to the toilet?
Can I ask?
Oh, it was a joke. Yes, shoot.
About the previous thing. Let's say we are starting to build a platform. Is it
You're talking about a friend?
myself?
Go for it. Go for it.
At what point do you think about burger parts? Is it, do you already start thinking of burger parts when you do the first minimal viable platform, or does it come later?
That's for day zero. Day minus. Huh?
Can you repeat the question?
So he asked. When we are building a platform, at what point do you start thinking about golden parts? At the beginning or later? If it's if you are whenever you're thinking of minimum viable platform or not. So there is. I think of day minus one. When I get from the JIT, I get the question, I need this. The moment that he requests it to the moment that he gets satisfied with the request, everything that is been in between is my golden path. So I want to build a golden path that will repeat, a template that will repeat, will trigger a golden path every time he requests it. So let's be clear. Everything is a platform. A Git repo is a platform. If that's all you need, if all you need is a wiki page and the repository where that wiki page is kept and the documentation on how to use it, that's fine. That's your platform. It should be minimal and it should be highly functional. Did I answer? Cool. Do you still have to go to the toilet? No? All right, let's go. Functional representation of a platform. So this is out of our working group platforms. This is how you would see a platform represented. So normally, just to explain real quickly, here on top you would have the consumers of the platform. All the way in the bottom, those that build the platform. Sometimes there are the same people, because I can also help build something that I need. Dajit might be an expert on databases, but he's a Java developer. So he just jumps in and helps us stand up that golden part that he's going to consume. Why not? Somebody said you build it, you run it, right? Hopefully it never happens, but you know. Then you have the platform capabilities. Each major area you can put tools, you can start thinking about tools, but remember that what I like to call plasma in between the capabilities is how you tie them together, all those APIs. Am I doing good with time? And then you have the platform interfaces. This is what your developers will interface with. As you see, documentation is one of the interface. They will interact with the platform through the documentation. So therefore, that has to be spotless. APIs, CLIs, and all these beautiful things. This is an example of a platform that we built in Chicago with one of our great partners, Cromware. Actually, they built it. We just get the credit because we put the products. It's structured and unstructured data which are shared across medical research universities across the United States. If I'm not mistaken, the first one was built in Chicago. As you can see, what I liked also to show here that some of those that build the data teams are also some of those that use it, are the consumers. We know what we need to build. Give it to us. We put it in place, and then you serve it to everybody. As you can see, you can represent a platform like this. That's what I like to say. There is a beautiful talk about Cromware and Gen 3 Data Commons on YouTube. It was at KubeCon Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. You can have a look at this. They go through this platform very closely. This is another platform. This is maybe closer to your heart, Johan. This is an AI, what we like to call an AI platform. It's specialized on training and optimizing models for core serving and for edge inference. So the models are trained on the platform and they are optimized to be running on edge devices with low resource availability. As you can see, also here, we take a lot of credit because we put our logo everywhere. But just to show you that in the API, we have Kserve and Kubeflow, and we have it as well in the data stack we have Kserve as well in the data stack, because the structured and unstructured data have to be served as well at that level. And I think I'll get close, the platform engineering maturity model. All of this, there is more, but I will close it here. I think you guys had enough. And he has to go to the toilet. So the platform engineering maturity model, it is an effort in the working group platform that I hope you guys get involved with. It's for business owners. Well, let me show you. These are the personas in the platform engineering maturity model. It's a model designed to help organizations understand where they are and what are the investments, what are the capabilities, what are the type of people, the type of initiatives that they need to put in place to move to the next level. As you see, the levels is not a fictitious thing, it's an actual level where we describe what are those levels. We have provisional level where we have a temporary and voluntary investment. It could be simply a couple of guys in the platform engineering team or in the DevOps team, or sorry, DevOps is not a role. in a team, they say, hey, I know we could do this in a better way. There are better ways. Some people are doing this in a better way. Let me try it out. So me and him, we start fiddling with things. That's this. This is the investment, because it's our time, it's an investment, it's temporary. Then it means, okay, hey, there is Martijn starts noticing that we are doing something right, and saying, okay, guys, you get, 20 hours a week to work on this thing. Show me what you do. You got 3 months. We have a dedicated team, and we have an operational level. So we have somebody that notices it. We have an investment. It's time, but for the company, that's money. So, and we move forward, and on and on and on. The decisions that we would take at the first level are obviously tactical. We are not thinking a strategy of the next 5 years and whatever we're going to do. We're going to be thinking, hey, we can get Dajit off our back if we do this. Let's try it out. We build it. We talk with Dajit. What do you think? Does it do it? He's happy. All right. Hey, Martijn, that guy is not bothering us anymore. So that's what's happening at this level. So it's tactical. It's detailed. Here is strategic. We have the buy-in from the organization. The platform is seen as an outbound product. There is an investment that is looking at the next 5 years, the next 3 years, whatever it is. So we are not taking the decisions anymore. We're just sitting back. Martijn is getting the blame. That's how it goes. All right. This is the resources that I hope you guys are going to have a look at. This is, we need contributors. We need people that help us to build more stuff in the platform engineering, in the working group platform. There is another initiative that I started myself, and it's regarding the return of investment, building a qualitative framework for the platform, for platform engineering to understand the return of investment. Another initiative is about product, platform as product. So understand for product owners and product managers across the practice, how we can build more awareness and more understanding about how a platform is built as a product. And I'm done. Any questions? Any questions? Yes, Jan.
So could you go back to the model? So if
To the model.
yeah. So if organizations fully embed the platform into their core business, where in the model would such an organization be? So, and in such a way that it changes their business model. So I think that's the whole, there's a cycle around using technology to become a digital enterprise. So where would you put a customer or an organization that understands that building such a platform, but also using it to change your business model, where would it be?
Beautiful. So the question is, when an organization that adopts platform engineering in full, where would that be in this model? And how would the organization change to adopt that? Is that?
Well, kind of. So
kind of, okay.
Some of the companies that we work with fully understand that innovation in technology can optimize and improve their business model. And then a simple example was that some of the organizations we work with during the first lockdown or prior to the first lockdown moved away from the traditional VPN to like a modern approach, and were quite easily able to let people work. That's not a given, but that's if you understand how technology, as an organization, as leadership in an organization, if you understand how technology could be changing your model, and from now on we are going to hire people across the globe because remote working could work for us. So the question is more or less if organizations understand what they could do with platform engineering. With platform as a product, but then fully embrace that in their organization and use that to optimize their business model. Where would that happen? Is that just at the far right?
So the target place to be, if an organization has adopted platform engineering as platform as a product, it would be here. Personally, what I believe is that the level 3 and level 4, they are fluid levels. If I am scaling, I'm also constantly optimizing. I can't be static here. I wouldn't have an organization in production and fully adopting the platform engineering mentality here, but they would be certainly here. Now, there is one thing though to say. Anybody here knows the Conway's law? Yeah? So an organization, the software and the platforms of the systems developed by an organization, the communication of those within those software will be a reflection of the structural communications within the organization. And the reverse Conway maneuver is that you build the organization to match the structures that you want in your platform. Now, where the latter is very hard to build, the second one is already telling you that if the organization has a successful communication model across the organization, across boundaries of the organization, that means that your platform, you will build it that way, because that's how people work. So, I don't know if I answered your question.
Oh, definitely, but I got a shit ton of more questions, which we'll definitely not cover today.
All right. Any more questions? I take 2 more questions, and then I think the people want to eat. Yes, go on.
I've seen several sides of the spectrum, and I've worked at places where they got a bit scared of platform becoming the bottleneck, so they, in a way, maybe overreacted in here's an Amazon account, knock yourself out to everybody. Is that something you recognize? Is there,
yes.
Some
so
pitfalls to avoid?
Yes. So the question is, do I recognize people being afraid that the platform engineering team becomes the bottleneck for everybody to innovate? Yes. Yes. Is that rational? Yes. It's rational fear. And should we keep doing it? No. We should not keep doing it. What's happening is that I have seen also an German automotive customer, which said, we don't need any of this. We give a cloud landing zone to each one of our developer teams.
I've seen it too, but then you get reinvented wheels and stuff.
No, you don't get to reinvent the wheel. You don't get to know how much the wheel costs. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Everybody has, yes, exactly. Everybody has their own price, right? So we bring in a platform. We bring in a cloud center of excellence, which brings in adoption cards, how you use the certain services, and now you do what you want. That's also a platform.
I think the platform team needs to convince people that they're not the bottleneck, they're actually the people helping them and make it go faster.
Yeah.
So that's how you need to communicate. And if people actually still think like, okay, we're slowing them down, I think it's better than to keep the communication open and go out there more, so and convince them and show them what it could actually can.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Especially because this self-service features of the platform remove the bottlenecks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, all right, the food is ready, and you are keeping them from food.
More questions.
Go.
When do you meet with the platform group, with the working group platforms at?
Every 2 weeks. We meet every 2 weeks, but which day? It's a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I don't remember. Just go. But every day we do the platform coffee, platform lean coffee, platform coffee. So it's a breakfast thing that we do online. But for us, it's not really breakfast, it's beer time. So it's at 5 o'clock. But for them, they're having coffee and we're having some beer. So it's hilarious. But you can bring up whatever topic you want. You can just join, listen, whatever you want. But absolutely, CNCF Slack, working group platform, I see you. You're going to be there. I see you. Cool. I love it.
Last question.
All right. Yes, you can.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. Okay. We're done, guys. There is food over there. Thank you very much for being here tonight. There is food over there, pizza, pasta, stuff, with the gentle compliments of ITQ. Thank you very much again. And take swag and go.